He stood in my classroom and allowed his student to speak to me in a degrading, violent, and disrespectful manner.
They don't know their parents' names. I'll ask them, what is your mom's name? They'll be like, I don't know. You don't know your parents' name?
Unable to read, unable to write, unable to think.
This is not just about American teachers. It's a whopping 60% of educators all across the world walking out.
He ain't lying.
Worldwide educators are quitting. This is a global crisis.
It's happening in society, and it has nothing to do with politics. I did another video regarding this, having to do with a splitting regarding technology and moderation versus not. This is something entirely different, but connected. The splitting is parents who teach their kids versus those that don't. Why are teachers leaving in droves? And many of them are homeschooling their kids. If you were just leaving, it's one thing, but leaving and pulling your kids is a whole nother part. Generally speaking, here's what I saw. First of all, it is not cool to learn at all. It's not cool to be respectful to teachers or people in general. Being a victim is viewed as a good thing. And from a general sense, we have dumbed down schools. We are eliminating gifted classes, and just the class structure itself has changed. So what an honor student looks like today is not what it looked like 20 years ago. And the bottom, which used to be a baseline of had some semblance of knowledge and intellect, is now unable to read, unable to write, unable to think. And the school systems are passing these kids along regardless of that. Now, what teachers see is the dumbing down of society, the bringing everyone down. And so you might be the parent who's saying like, but I teach my kid, so they're gonna be okay. Are they? Because if the school is now moving everything downward towards the bottom and having to deal with these bottom, is your kid being challenged, being pushed? Because what I've seen is that it now no longer is good to push through hard. If a kid complains and they're like, no, this is too hard, we are very quick to be like, all right, well, here's a way of making it easier. That's not how we grow. And it should be teachers who know this. But it doesn't help that they're not getting the support to push the upper level kids up higher. And because they're so busy with dealing with the bottom that they can't deal with the top. So then there's this split, and the top ones are not being challenged or pushed as much as they should be. And the bottoms are the ones being catered to, but it's so hard to move them anywhere with absolutely zero support from home. And that's what it all comes down to. The parents that spend time at home teaching their kid, pushing their kid, challenging their kid so that they excel and keep moving upward and learning how to deal with failure are going to do so much more in life just in general than the ones who are continued to be like, it's okay. It's okay to be offended. It's okay that you can't read. It's okay that you can't do that. We're just going to push you along. We're just going to push you along. It's fine. And along with this, it's a total lack of emotional intelligence, which is why a kid tries something, fails, and then it's, I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I'll never know this. Fixed mindset, closed mindset, and not having the mental capacity to understand that it's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes, and challenging things make you grow. That's why the thing is, whether the teacher leaves or doesn't leave, their kids are going to have a leg up because teachers realize that this is what's happening in schools and know that they have to challenge their kid more at home because it's not really going to be happening at school. And we're honestly seeing the beginning stages of the movie Idiocracy, where people get into society, they're kids that are going to become adults, where they can't read, they can't write, and they're so easily manipulated because they're always just flowing with the cool thing. And they're like, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Okay, I guess everyone else is doing this, so I'll just do it. There's absolutely no critical thinking. And that's how you end up with, wait, Gatorade is better because it has electrolytes. Come on, bruh.
He stood in my classroom and allowed his student to speak to me in a degrading, violent, and disrespectful manner.
Something is wrong.
After that class period was over, I had several students come up to me and say that they wanted to jump to my defense, but they were also afraid of that student and afraid of for their own safety.
All right, who's next?
That's when I knew the profession I once loved was no longer the profession I needed or wanted, and I left a month later. And that story is not unique. Teachers aren't leaving because they don't care about the kids. They're leaving because the system no longer lets them teach kids. They're not allowed to teach self-management. They're not allowed to teach respect or accountability anymore. We are told to keep the peace, keep the bodies in the room. Some are even told to pass at 20%. Just get the kid the diploma. Pass them along so that the data looks good. But when we do that, we're not protecting the students. We're doing them a disservice because they are walking into a world that will hold them accountable. We could have taught them how to handle that with grace, empathy, and reflection. But instead, we're told to look the other way.
When teachers worldwide are all saying the same thing, it's time to listen. The professional is crying out for help, and no one's listening. Teachers remain unsure about their future. Listen to a few right now.
Because even though this is just a crappy plastic wand, it's not just this. It's like all the things that they've broken from me, that I've given them. It's things that they're destroying on purpose. I don't know that I'm even going to post this, but this is how my day went, and this is my formal submission as to why your teachers are tired and quitting.
Because I am a speech language pathologist. I work full-time in the school, so I'm on a SPED team, and we have a school psychologist, a case manager, applied skills classroom, emotional disability classrooms, STEP classrooms, which is an autism classroom. We have every program that you can think of here in our district, and still it feels like we are constantly on fire in the SPED world. Our evaluation list and reevaluation list is through the roof. I've never seen our list so long, and it doesn't seem to be stopping or shrinking anytime soon. I feel like it's so common that we have pretty extreme behaviors, even from students that are in just gen ed, and parents have concerns, teachers have concerns, so naturally they come to the SPED team. And I guess I'm just like, what do they want us to do? Do we just continue to label everything as OHI, other health impairment, meaning that's ADHD, ADD, ODD, whatever the case may be, because they're inattentive, they're hyperactive, oppositional, and but it's not like parents are taking their students outside and getting formal diagnoses from their pediatricians, from their psychologists, from their psychiatrists.
This is sad America. Do your part. The system is broken.
Kids no longer know how to do, and I don't know why. Number one, read a clock with confidence. They're always asking, what time is it? What time is it? I'm like, look at the clock. They're like, I don't know how to read that. And they say that to you with confidence. What's happening? Number two, write in script. Whatever happened to writing in script? I love writing in script. I wish more of them knew how to do this. This is like a lost art. I'm sorry. I love writing in script. I prefer it over print, but they don't teach it in schools anymore. We need to bring that back. Bring it back. Number three, memorize phone numbers. They don't know their parents' numbers. They don't even know what apartment they live in. They don't know what street they live on, which brings me into number four. They don't know their address. We ask them, where do you live? I live down the block. Well, what's your address? I don't know. I'm talking about third graders, y'all. Third grade. And it happened last year when I taught second grade also. Number five, they don't know how to count money. They don't know how to count money. And it's partially not their fault, right? Because we're always using cards, Apple Pay, things like that. But if you give them a few coins, they don't even know the names of the coins. They don't know the value of the coins. They can't add it all together. Like, what is happening? We got to bring it back. We got to bring it back. Know how to count coins. And you go over it in second and first grade. So I'm kind of lost as to why we don't know how to count money, but okay. Number six, they don't know how to tie their shoes. They have these fancy shoes and they don't know how to tie their shoelaces. Some of them have Velcro, and hey, if it works, it works. But I mean, come on, we should know how to tie our shoes. At 8 and 9, like, what's happening? What number did I get to? I don't know, 6 or 7? Anyway, the next one. They don't know their parents' names. I'll ask them, what is your mom's name? They'll be like, I don't know. You don't know your parents' name?
Something is wrong.
Sabarakarai, Sarakap, whatever. Please, I want to reach 1 million likes. So please, Sarapakarai. Okay, thank you.